day 73 of the carnivore diet study, and I'm really getting tired. But it's day 73, so there's only 17 days left. I'm more than 80% of the way done. And then beef can be a fond memory for a couple of weeks. Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. These are my February numbers for my 90-day carnivore diet study that I promised you guys in the last video. It's not going to be a very long video, I'm sure, and probably not super exciting. I'm so sorry. Hopefully once this ridiculous all-beef diet is over, I can get back to doing more fun things with my life. I'm kind of a wet piece of ground beef right now, so meh. And today I am joined by my co-host, Akasha. You on my anyone who follows my Instagram would know her as Mooch Number 1. So I'm sure she'll probably climb on the table or do something ridiculous at some point. But just a quick overview. So I'm participating in a diet research study, studying the effects of carnivore diet on telomere length. That you can check out my other videos to see the overview of that. And so far, everything has been pretty good. I've run into some digestive problems just because of low stomach acid and red meat, and that's a bad combination. But we've managed it with some HCl pills and some food timing and things. So once this study is over, I will definitely be adding back in apple cider vinegar. I will be upping my fats, downing my protein just a little bit, things like that. So we'll see how it goes. But just looking over here at my February numbers, my blood pressure has been steady. My weight has gone down. My inches have gone down. My ketones at the beginning of February were between like 1 and 1.6. All of a sudden, mid-month, they spiked up into the 2s. One time I actually hit a 3.2, and once I hit 4. And then by the end of the month, they went right back down into the mid-1s, 1.4, 1.6. So I have no idea what I did mid-February, but I don't know. I have to say, now that I'm looking at it, no, I have no idea what I did. So, who knows? But I'll take those numbers. My glucose has been in the low 90s, and this is all millimoles per liter for the ketones and milligrams per deciliter for the glucose. So, I suspect that the high glucose numbers are from the protein, because I'm definitely getting at least 140 grams of protein a day, sometimes close to 200, which for me is a lot. I would be happier 1 to 120. But that's what that is. My fat to protein ratio has generally been 60% to 40%. I have hit a couple of days where I had some really lean cuts of meat and I was closer to 50-50. A couple of days where I had some really hefty ground beef or a super fatty cut, brought it up to 65. But I really haven't gone above 70-30 at all on this study. I've only been eating meat and I've only been eating muscle meat at this point. Some of our favorite stores have had really good deals on ground beef and strip steak, so I've been partaking in that. And I did this past week try to cut out coffee for 3 days to see if there were any changes in my diet, in my numbers, in anything. And I had absolutely no change in diet. I don't know if 3 days might not be long enough, but I would think if the coffee was causing digestion, that after 3 days it would be out of my system and I would have felt something different. But I haven't. So coffee's back on the menu, and it is so much more tolerable to have a little variety in flavor right now. And let's see, as far as my measurements, I have dropped an inch in my chest, an inch in my ribs, an inch and a half in my waist, and an inch and a half in my hips since the beginning of the month. So that's awesome. I am super excited about that. I will link below all of the links to, yeah, that was dumb. I will link below all of the information on the carnivore diet study that I have been participating in. Dr. Anthony J., he's awesome. I will link below all of my social media as well so that you can follow along with that. Thank you to everybody who's been commenting and viewing all of my videos so far. Hopefully it'll be a little more informative and a little more entertaining later. I had a whole bunch of video done earlier and it never got done. I got sick midweek with a really bad migraine, so that kind of threw off all of my editing and posting and pretty much my whole life. But let me just tell you, 17 days left, and I am so excited to eat other food. I will be staying keto, omnivorous, but probably meat-based. And, yeah, I just really can't do just beef and salt. Kudos to those who do, and, you know, if you do this because you have to, and everything else upsets your system, then I feel for you, because this was intense. One thing I have noticed is that a lot of people have said, well, I hope they're paying you for this study. And they're not. It's a volunteer study. And nobody can wrap their head around why I would spend my own money on the ketone and glucose strips, why I would spend my own money on the telomere kits, and not get paid to suffer through this plan. But really, it's for science. I really just want to make sure that the research is started, so that we can put together something that shows what happens on a carnivore diet. So I'm willing to do this. Obviously, I've been seeing benefits. I've also learned that maybe red meat is not my best friend, and I should probably get tested for sensitivity to red meat. But once I'm off of this, I can go to duck or pork or chicken or eggs and see how those do for me. Carnivore is a pretty broad range of food items. And depending on how you do it, you can incorporate some plant items. I will definitely be incorporating herbs, spices, alums like garlic. Those have always been a staple for me. So I plan on absolutely bringing those back, because bone marrow with a little bit of garlic, yeah, that's just awesome. And it's been fun watching people's reactions to me describing what I'm doing and all of that. Their first question, surprisingly, isn't, do you feel sick, but what do you eat for breakfast? And I just look at them and I say, ground beef. And they just can't comprehend that you can have something other than cereal or bagels or eggs for breakfast. And I just don't understand that myself. Food doesn't have a time limit. You can have pizza at 5:30 in the morning. You can have eggs at 8:30 at night. You can eat whatever, whenever. There's a lot of cultures that have spicy soup in the morning, or, you know, steak or whatever. So don't limit yourself. Don't think that because McDonald's or wherever has a breakfast menu and a lunch menu that you have to adhere to that. Eat what makes you feel good, and eat what you're craving when you're craving it. Asterisk, in the healthy sense, if you're craving Oreos, just walk away, because you're not. Your body doesn't need Oreos. Either your mind is craving Oreos or your pleasure center in your brain is addicted to the sugar and wants another hit. But in a real food context, if you want fat or if you want protein or if you need a cucumber, do that. So, I don't know, that's my musings for the day. So I have 17 days left, as I have said 47 times, but I can't express to you how excited I am about this right now. It is gray and gloomy. It's the middle of March, and we're going to get more snow today. It is freezing cold. I have my warm fuzzy socks on, and I'm definitely going to be caffeinating today with just to keep warm. But I think that's just going to be it, short and sweet. I will maybe throw in some gratuitous video of the river just to practice my editing skills. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you've been doing the carnivore diet, how it's been working for you. If you've run into any particular sensitivities with foods, if you found that one meat is better than another, if you're going heavy on the fish, heavy on the poultry, where you're at. I've definitely found that I've had a lot more awareness of myself. My mental clarity is awesome right now, and everybody seems to notice it. So, that's where we're at, and hopefully over the next 17 days, I will give you guys some quick, awesome updates, and then we'll see about a re-entry plan into the greater carnivore universe. Have a great day, everybody.